Hello to everybody, this is Carlos Ramirez from BlueBox Insurance Broker, and today I like to introduce to Stefy. Stefy is part of our insurance team. She's an expert on health insurance claims, and today we will be talking about the Humana plans. Then Stefy, please, could you explain me what kind of coverage Humana offer on his plans?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Stephanie. Humana has coverage in network and out of the network. In network, you can do things by copay only. You pay copay for medical appointments in the medical centers or the network that Humana has. And out of the network, you can use your own doctor, but you have to submit all the claim. You have to collect the paperwork, and then you have to contact your agent, and then you can submit as a claim.
Okay, well, Stefy, please tell me how we can know about the network in Manta, in Cuenca, or in any place in Ecuador. How I can verify the network with Humana?
Okay, to verify the network in Manta, Cuenca, or around the whole Ecuador, you can go into the website of Humana, or you can ask your agent. You can ask the person who will take care of your claims, or also the agent who will help you to get the contract.
Okay, well, sounds great. Then we will include on the video description the Humana website where you can see everything about the network. Now, what we need to do, Stefy, to be able to use the network, what the client needs to do to go to see a doctor, for example, or to pre-authorize tests or medicines.
Okay, to set up the appointments, you have to contact your agent. In this case, might be Paola or me, and then we can set up the appointments for you. Then for lab work, you can send us, or you just can go to the hospital that are in network. For example, here in Manta, we have Centro Médico La Arboleda. What our clients do is send me the order that the doctor gives you. The order is very important to know that it must be the diagnostics. So no one diagnostic, all the diagnostics that can justify the blood work that the doctor sent you.
Okay, great. Then good recommendations for our clients will be good to use the network, right? Because they will pay only copays, and if the doctor requests some tests, we have two ways to pre-authorize. One is go directly to the insurance office on the clinic, and the other one is contact to our agent. On the video description, we will include the information from the agent for Manta and the agents for Cuenca. Then we'll be available to contact to the agents and request a pre-approval. Also, it's pretty important what Stefy is recommending about tests, because if the doctor not is including all the possible diagnostics, probably the insurance company will authorize only few of the tests required. But if you talk with your doctor and explain that and request to include all the possible diagnostics, will be easy to pre-authorize the test. And in my experience also can be much better pre-authorized test, because it will depend only of the possible diagnostics. If you requires a reimbursement, will depend of the results.
Right.
Much better try to use the network. Now, Stefy, what happens if I am your client and I prefer go to see a doctor that not is in the network? What I need to do?
Okay, first of all, you can contact us also to let us know, because sometimes you go to see the doctor but you don't tell us anything, and then you expect for a reimbursement and you didn't tell us about it. So what we need to do, and what you need to do is to have this form. We actually send the form when you get your contract, and then the doctor must fill this form. He has to sign it and write what are the diagnostics that you had, or the presumptive diagnostic that you went to see the doctor. So then with that, we need this form, and we need also the invoice from the doctor. The invoice that now, as we know, are digital. So they send it to your email, and then you have to check the email and send it to us. In case that the doctor sends you blood work, you can do blood work in it. It doesn't matter if your doctor is not in network, you still can go to one of the places that are in network. Why I suggest this, as Carlos said, the results of the coverage sometimes depends of what the blood work says of the results. And also the coverage is going to be changing according to this. The diagnostic that must be on the blood work order should be presumptive diagnostic and final diagnostics. So if we do things and get the pre-authorization in network, maybe you pay the 90% of this blood work. So you pay copay only, and if you do out of the network, you have to send us the invoice, you have to send us the order and the results, and then we submit that, and then we see if the insurance company is going to pay for all the blood work. And the other thing is medicine. Medicine, if your doctor or the doctor that you the prescription that the doctor is going to give you in case that you need medicine must be the name, the ID number or your cellular number, the stamp of the doctor, and the signature. What also is very important in the prescription is the diagnostics and the amount of the medicine that the doctor is going to give you. For example, if this is new treatment that you are going to have, maybe for cough, the doctor must give that diagnostic with the CADS or the code. With that, you can go to Medicity, Fibeca, Farmacias Económicas, Pharmacy, and Sanasan. If you don't want to go to one of those pharmacies, you have to pay upfront and then get reimbursed. But what we need from that is very important also that you make sure that in the pharmacy has your correct email, because with that email you will receive the invoice. They are gonna give you the receipt, but that the receipt doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Because it's not an invoice, it's just a receipt. You will receive the invoice into your email, and that invoice you have to send to your agent. And also, the doctor must fill again this form to submit the prescription and the invoice for the medicine only. So, it will be better if you use a network for that, for medicine also.
Okay, Stefy. Then, basically, you can choose any doctor. Will be much better if we keep the doctor appointments under the network, but you can use any doctor. You need to keep with you the reimbursement form, that like Stefy said, we sent this form by email with your contracts, okay? And then the doctor will fill out this form. But remember, the doctor appointment will be out of the network, but if the doctor order lab work, you can request pre-approval, okay? Will be much better pre-authorize the lab work required from your doctor, okay? And also medicine, like Stefy recommends, will be much better if you go to the medicine prescription including name, diagnostic, medicines, and a stamp from the doctor, and go to the network, Fibeca, Sanasana, pharmacies, Farmacias Económicas. Remember, you can verify the network for pharmacies too on the Humana website, but you will be able to use the network or go out of the network. Pretty important thing is when you got the invoice, be sure, like Stefy recommends, that your email is correct, because from November last year, everything in Ecuador is electronic invoice. Then, if you will got an electronic invoice, be sure that your email is correct, because only then you will got your invoice in your email. Stefy, can you tell me a little bit about emergencies? Because I know that an emergency can be treated like ambulatory or hospitalary. Please, can you explain me how it works?
Yes, the ambulatory emergencies are when you don't have to stay in the hospital, but you have to pay upfront for that and then get reimbursed. Why you do that? Because you want to stay, so the hospital, the insurance company will don't know about it, but still the hospital should let them know, and also they should let us know. To submit that claim, we need the 008 sheet or the 008 page. We need the invoice itemizing for everything, blood work, x-rays, or all the procedures that the hospital does to you. And the invoice, we need also the blood work results and all the information that they should give us. That is called Historia Clínica in Spanish, or your records. And that is for ambulatory emergencies. And if you have to stay in the hospital more than one day, they should call the hospital should call the insurance company, in this case Humana, and request the credit to you to stay there. And then the Humana is going to pay the clinic. You don't have to pay upfront anything. Either you don't have to pay a warranty. There is no warranty for that. And also when you get discharged, you will not bill. And you will receive the bill maybe 15 or up to a month. So in that time, you will receive the copay and a report saying how much you have to pay. And then we send you also the banking information, and then you have to make the payment.
Oh, great. Then this is also an advantage, because normally all the insurance companies, when you have an emergency and you need to stay on the hospital or clinic, they will request you to pay copays, deductibles, and warranty.
Right.
Humana never will request that, but of course 15 days later you will get a report, and then you will know how much you will pay. Also, let's be clear on that we have two kind of emergencies. Ambulatory, if you don't will need to stay on the hospital, then you will need to pay upfront.
Right.
Okay, and then Stefy or the agent in Cuenca, Paola, Leonardo, will help you to request a reimbursement. Okay, but if you stay on the clinic, on the hospital, in the network, we need to be clear on that. Then when you will leave or you will be discharged from the clinic, you not will pay nothing in the network.
Right.
Okay, and out of the network, of course, we need to follow the process to reimburse the amounts that you already paid, and will include the 008 form, clinic history, reimbursement form from the doctor that treated you, and detailed invoices and results for tests. Thank you, Stefy, to clarify that. Okay, Stefy, please, can you explain me what we need to do in case that I will request a pre-approval for a surgery? Not an emergency, is something required for my doctor, and I like to pre-authorize that. What I need to do?
The doctor needs to fill a form that is called Solicitud de Crédito Hospitalario, and that form is going to be sent well, in this case if you request it, but also is included in all the documents that we send once you get your contract. The doctor needs to be clear filling that form and include all the codes that he needs to apply during the surgery or in the surgery. And then the insurance company is going to give a credit. In that credit also must be covered the doctor's fee, anesthesiologist, the helper for the surgeon, and some hospitality things. In case that the surgery, for example, costs $5,000, and you this surgery passed more than that because they found something else in your body, so the insurance company is going to pay a little bit more according to the records that the hospital sent into the insurance company.
Okay. Then basically, Stefy, the form, the Solicitud de Crédito Hospitalario, will comes from the doctor explaining what can happen or what will happen on the surgery. When Stefy talked about codes, you need to consider that all the treatments, all kind of medical services in Ecuador has a code. Then, when the doctor included the codes, the company will have a reference about how much can cost the surgery. But if something happens during the surgery, the insurance company will increase this amount to go up to the amount required for the doctor. Thank you so much, Stefy, to clarify that. Okay, Stefy, let's talk a little bit about what is not covered under the Humana plans, but basically also we will be talking about in general what is excluded from the private insurance coverage.
Okay, in all insurance companies around the whole Ecuador are covered the mental health. Medicines, also medical appointments are some exclusion. They have some exclusion, or they says, okay, you have to go only to this place, but they are only covered for 2 appointments, no more. Okay. Also, it's include the vitamins. Vitamins aren't covered. Fertilization isn't covered either, and also hormones treatments for men's and women's, those aren't covered either. Okay. These are the most known things that are totally excluded. And also the preventive care, preventive lab work or blood work, and preventive x-rays. Why I say preventive is because sometimes doctors, they want to test everything. This might be a checkup, but for example, if you go to the doctor for cholesterol, high cholesterol, and they send you tests to see if your thyroid has any problem, those aren't covered related with the diagnostics, but they will consider pruebas de descarte or something that shouldn't be covered. What else? Yeah, those aren't covered. And about the x-rays, sometimes you don't need x-rays, or if they are under the range or the normal range, those aren't covered either.
Okay. Well, basically then the insurance companies in Ecuador exclude preventive care. If I need to go to see a doctor for a reason, for a symptom, for something that is happening in my body, I will be covered. But if I go to see the doctor for my annual preventive checkup, it not will be covered in general in Ecuador. Why? Because it's called prueba de descarte. This is another reason also why you can consider pre-authorized test. Because, like Stefy said, when you submit a reimbursement, the insurance company basically will see if it's related with the diagnostic and if shows any problem. If not, they will exclude from your coverage. Then, mental illnesses, psychological treatments, fertility treatments, vitamins, supplements, and preventive care is excluded for all the Ecuadorian health insurance companies. Thank you so much, Stefy. Please, to everybody, if you like to talk with us, if you like to talk with me, with Stefy, with all the BlueBox team, you can contact to us on the description of this video. I will include some information for you to contact to us to verify the network with Humana, and also follow us because we will be sharing more videos about how to manage your private insurance and your Humana plans on this video. Thank you so much to everybody.